Have you ever wondered about the history of leasing access for hunters? Actually, you might think it's kind of a new thing. It's really not. In fact, leasing access to hunters from landowners has been around our country for almost 100 years. That's right. Leasing access actually started in Texas in the 1930s. Large landowners, and by large, I don't mean a couple of hundred acres, I mean tens of thousands of acres, were owned by these landowners who invested in ground for either timber or any number of things, cattle ranches, all those type of things. And they did their very best to keep trespassers off. In fact, they went to great lengths to make sure people who were trespassing were held accountable. Well, in the 1930s, as you can imagine, the trapping industry was pretty significant. So trappers and sportsmen eventually went to these large landowners and said, listen, we would love to use your land and your habitat to trap and to live off of. And so what landowners did and hunters, they came to an agreement and they called it a trespass fee. Well, that's the start of how leasing access began. Once this trespass fee was agreed to, and other landowners and trappers and sportsmen in Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, Mississippi, all across the South, where these large landowners exist because they have great swaths of timberland, it really kind of took hold. So these large landowners saw an opportunity to not only generate a little more revenue off of their property for their return on investment, but they also saw those other benefits of having sportsmen on their property. And that is game control, security. And when I say security, when you have the same hunters, the same people on your property all the time, those people who are not supposed to be there understand that there are people there and they stay off. We have seen this all over the country as leasing access has grown. So in the Midwest, the family farm was settled at 50, 100, 200 acres at a time. So the thought of leasing access was slower to make its way to the Midwest. However, if you hunt anywhere in the Midwest, really anywhere in the country now, you're familiar with leasing access. And it's just become a very popular way for hunters, men and women, to find a quality piece of habitat that they can enjoy safely, they can manage the game, and that's why it's gained so much momentum. Not to mention, for landowners, they're generating more revenue off of a property when they're just trying to pay operational bills, taxes, maintenance, all these type of things they're paying for. Leasing access to hunters is a way they can not only help pay the bills, but maybe even keep that land in their family. So the next time you hear about leasing or you're talking to your landowner, maybe consider taking care of your landowner, offering them to lease their property for exclusive access. And that way you'll keep a good relationship with your landowner and you'll be able to hunt longer. But the notion that it's new is just untrue. It's as part of the hunting fabric in the United States as anything else has been for almost 100 years.